The nurse who chased riches. In a bustling city lived a young nurse named Amara. She was beautiful, intelligent, and well respected in the hospital where she worked. But Amara had a weakness. She loved money and luxury more than anything. Instead of focusing only on her duties as a nurse, Amara had another lifestyle. Each time a wealthy patient came to the hospital, she found a way to get close. She would smile more, spend extra time with them, and sometimes exchange numbers. To her, it was not just about caring for patients, it was about gaining favors, money, and gifts. Her colleagues noticed but kept quiet. Some whispered, "This Amara is not living like a real nurse. She is chasing men for money." But Amara didn't care. She wanted a soft life, designer bags, and a car of her own. One afternoon, a wealthy businessman named Don Richie walked into the hospital for treatment. He drove a sleek black SUV, dressed in expensive clothes, and spoke with confidence. The moment Amara saw him, her heart raced. She thought to herself, "This is the kind of man I have been waiting for. Rich, handsome, powerful." Amara was not on duty that day, so she didn't know the full details of his health condition. All she knew was that Don Richie had money. She did everything possible to get his attention, smiling at him, assisting him beyond her shift, and finally asking for his number. Don Richie didn't resist. He liked Amara's boldness and beauty. Soon, they began to spend time together outside the hospital. Within weeks, Amara's life changed. Don Richie spoiled her with expensive gifts, golden jewelry, worth of cash, and a new car. She no longer struggled with bills. She wore designer dresses to work, and people in the hospital started to envy her. Eventually, Amara left her nursing job. With the money Don Richie gave her, she opened her own private hospital. In the city, people respected her as Dr. Amara, even though she was just a nurse. She lived the life she always dreamed of, rich, powerful, and admired. Years later, Amara's hospital had grown, and she needed official approval from the government to operate fully. When she applied, the government health board told her, "Before approval, you must do a complete medical checkup. Every hospital owner must prove they are healthy." Confident, Amara went to her own hospital laboratory. She called one of her junior nurses to run the test. Hours later, the result came out, HIV positive. Amara froze. "This cannot be possible," she shouted. She snatched the paper and tore it apart. She then ordered the nurse to run another test in secret. Again, the result was the same, HIV positive. Her heart sank. She thought about all the men she had slept with, even after marrying Don Richie. Her lifestyle had been reckless. She couldn't point at who gave her the sickness. For days, Amara couldn't sleep. She tossed and turned at night, sweating, crying silently. She even forged a fake test result to submit to the government just to get her approval. But deep inside, she was dying of fear. On the third night of her sleepless struggle, Don Richie noticed her pale face and red eyes. "Amara, what is wrong with you?" he asked gently. But she refused to answer. She was scared. What if Don Richie was not the one who infected her? What if she accused him wrongly and he threw her out? She pretended to sleep, but the guilt kept eating her heart. By the fifth day, Don Richie pressed her harder. "Amara, if you don't tell me what is wrong, I cannot help you." Finally, with trembling lips, Amara confessed, "Don Richie, I did a test. I am HIV positive." For a moment, Don Richie was silent. Then he sighed deeply and looked away. "Amara, it is me. I was the one who infected you. I have been HIV positive for many years. But I never told you because I feared you would leave me." Amara's jaw dropped. She burst into tears. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Why?" she cried. Don Richie shook his head. "And you, after marrying me, you still went after other men. Do you think that life has no consequences?" From that day, Amara's life crumbled. Her once beautiful body grew weak and thin. She spent more time in bed than managing her hospital. Her nurses gossiped about her, and the city whispered behind her back. And Don Richie. He grew tired of her sickness and eventually traveled abroad, leaving her behind. Alone, sick, and filled with regret, Amara remembered the days when she was a nurse, when she could have lived a clean and honorable life. But she chose greed, and it led her to destruction. Amora died a lonely woman, regretting her bad choices. Her story became a warning in the city. Chasing money through immorality may bring temporary pleasure, but in the end, it can destroy your life. Backhand index pointing right. Don't forget to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to this channel for more powerful life lessons.